class, we were focusing on exercises to help ease overactive bladder and bladder leaks. And it is knee-friendly. I've had so many requests for this class. If you happen to have some blocks or a myofascial ball, go ahead and grab those. If not, no worries, I got you covered. And we're gonna get started coming down onto our backs, focusing on our breathing. Breathing is key when it comes to your pelvic floor. As we breathe out to the sides, front and back of the rib cage, our breathing muscle lengthens and it descends as it goes down, lengthening the pelvic floor. As we exhale, it comes back up. No worries if you can't feel this right away. We're going to address some of the areas that might need to be worked on to help feel that expansion a little more. And I've got lots of other resources down below for you. So let's just check in with the breath. Breathe out to the sides, front and back. Exhale, let it go. Notice what's going on with the curves in your spine. Do you have a big arch in your back? Is what's going on at the mid-back? Does the breath change any of that? We're going to start with our pelvis and our low back. On the inhale, you're going to think of a little arch in the low back, lifting the tailbone, and take your fingers and place them on the bones at the front of your pelvis. Those will drop down towards the bottom of your mat as you inhale. And then as you exhale and tuck, the fingers will come closer. Inhale, lengthen. Good. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, it drops down. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tuck. Gently rocking in and out. For 3, 2, last 1. Now we're going to make our way come onto our side, your left side. You're going to bring those knees in towards your chest. We want to make sure our right hip keeps facing the ceiling and the arms are going to come straight out in front. You're going to take that right arm, bring your right arm up and back behind, but we want to be careful the right hip doesn't drop back. If you want to take that left hand, you can place it on top of the knees or just think of gently squeezing those knees together. And we're opening through our chest. Nice, gentle breath in, gentle breath out. And thinking of expanding that rib cage all different directions. Each exhale, maybe the right side of the rib cage just drops down a teeny bit more. We'll bring that right arm back out in front and then open back behind, turn your gaze to follow. So the rib cage is really important for our pelvic floor. Oftentimes, if we're stressed, looking at our devices on computers, sitting a lot during the day, this area gets really tight and stiff. So it's hard for that breathing muscle, our diaphragm, to be able to descend and lengthen down towards the pelvic floor muscles. So mid-back mobility is really important for this. One more time, we're going to hold there. Exhale, sink. Bring that back, and then we'll just flip to the other side, coming down onto your right side. Scoot those knees in toward your chest, and we want to look to see, is there a difference from left to right? What do you notice? What do you feel? Take that left arm, sweep it up and back behind. And just pausing and holding, you can turn and take a peek at that arm. What do you feel? What do you notice? Bring that back in front. Open it up back behind. Sweep back in, and then lift up and back. Okay, we'll go one more time through here. And then we'll hold. Take that breath in. Exhale, let the left side of your ribcage drop just a little bit more. Nice, let's keep coming onto our back. Now here's where if you have a block, you can definitely use it. You don't have to though. We're gonna bring both knees in towards our chest, and you're gonna pull the knees in towards your chest and gently apart. You don't have to have a really big bend in your knees. The knees can be a little straighter if that feels more comfortable. And again, if you wanted to use the block underneath your pelvis, just bring those knees in, gently coming out towards the side. This is one of my favorite pelvic floor release exercises. Oftentimes with overactive bladder or leaks, the pelvic floor has too much tension. So really working on relaxing the muscles, connecting with your breath, and coordinating. Inhale, diaphragm goes down, you feel the lengthening, exhale, gentle lifting. And again, it's okay if you don't feel it at first, because lots of times we have to address other areas that connect back into the pelvic floor, like our hips, our feet, our mid-back, all the things. Just working on gentle breaths. If you have the block and you wanted to add a little bonus, a glute release, you can gently rock from side to side, and it just hits the tops of those glutes. Good for 3, 2, last one. Bring those legs back together. If you had the block in there, go ahead and take that out. And then we're just going to roll onto our right-hand side. Coming all the way down, you can have your head lifted, you can have it resting on something. We're gonna bring the right knee in, left leg is going to go out. So you're lengthening out through that left heel, and we're gonna work on some rotational movements for our hip, which is really important for the pelvic floor. Left hand can be resting in front. We'll take the left leg, lift it up, and think of tapping your toes down towards the ground. And then you're gonna lift the leg up and rotate back behind. Lift up, tap those toes, bring it back, heel comes down. And notice how that hip is rotating and moving in and out. It's gentle, slow, controlled. It doesn't have to be very high, and they don't have to touch the ground. Slow control, feeling that outer hip kicking on. And you just want to be careful it doesn't drop back. We want to keep them stacked. You can take your left hand and place it on top there. Good for 3, 2, last one. Now here's where, if you've got the ball and the block, you can also use a foam roller for this, and I'll show you another way if not. We're gonna come all the way down onto our side. We're gonna release our inner thigh. Take the ball, place the ball just above your knee on the left side, and you're gonna gently do little rocks coming forward and backwards and just looking little tender spots along the way. If you feel something tight and you feel you wanna grip, soften, breathe into it. You can also bend and straighten that leg once you find a spot. If you didn't have the balls, what you could do is coming into an inner thigh stretch seated. So lifting up, if you need to put something underneath those sit bones, you can reach forward for the knees, the calf, those toes, just opening up those inner thighs. And with this myofascial release technique, 30 to 60 seconds in each spot is plenty. So let's find one more spot closer up. Just gentle breaths. You can rock, you can bend and straighten, and you can just hold, gently moving in and out. Good, take one more breath in here. Ooh-wee. And then pull yourself, come back up. And you can switch it over to the other side. Okay, coming down onto that left side. We'll use those in a minute. You can be all the way down. You can prop your head up. Bottom knee is bent. We're lengthening through that right leg. You're gonna tap in front, lift up, and reach behind. So we're getting this rotation from the right hip, moving in and out without letting this side of your pelvis drop down. So you'll feel the muscles all around the outside of that glute fire up a little bit. Gently in and out. And how does the control feel on this side compared to your other side? What do you feel? What do you notice? Nice work. We've got 3, 2, last 1. Grab that ball in the block, bring that out in front. Right knee can come on top. And just little pulses, moving in and out. If you want to bend and straighten, you can. Ooh, one side might be a little tighter than the other. One more breath on this side, and then we'll just scoot it up a little closer. Okay, maybe working up mid-thigh, closer towards your hip. Same thing. Good. For 3, 2, last 1. Nice work. And then let's make our way, come all the way up to standing, however you want to get there. Okay. We're going to come into this wide angle. Pressing down into the feet, I want you to start with the hips and think of rotating the hips in. So it's not just moving the feet. If you feel it in your knees, have it come from the hips. This is one of my favorite pelvic floor releases to do, especially if you can't get to down on the ground during the day. We're gonna fold forward. Your head gets super heavy. And I want you to think of breathing into that back body, sending the breath down. Opening up those inner thighs. You can grab your elbows. You can kind of sway from side to side. You can just hold if you'd like. Nice gentle breaths in and out. Nice breath in, nice breath out. Bringing those hands down towards the ground, or you could use your blocks. Same thing, we're gonna keep lifting that tailbone up, but I want you to take the left arm, stretch that left arm up towards the sky, and then bring it back down. Right arm comes up towards the sky, and then bring it back down. Good, left arm reaches up, press into that right hand. Bring it back down. Right arm comes up, peel your chest open, nice breath in. And bring it down. Good, left arm reaches. And bring it down. Nice, last time, right arm reaches. And bring it down. Take one more breath into that low back area. Exhale, let it go. Bring those hands back to your hips, pull yourself, come all the way back up, heel toe those feet or kind of step them back in towards each other. Take a nice gentle breath in, exhale, let it go. And we're just gonna come into not a big bend, little bend in the knee so your hands come to your thighs. You could also do this standing all the way up. So what we started with that pelvic rocking, I want you to think of lifting the tailbone, little arch in the low back, and then you're gonna exhale, little tuck. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Now pressing into the feet, think of spreading those toes. Exhale, tuck. Now if you had the block, you could also use a pillow. Place that just above the knees. Now when we go to exhale and tuck, I want you to see about squeezing the block. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, squeeze and tuck. Now we're not moving the mid-back, we're just coming into that pelvis. Connecting with the pelvic floor as we inhale, lengthening, breathing all directions. Exhale, tucking and squeezing. And just see, did the block make any difference with that connection? Good for 3, 2, last 1. Nice, place that block down on the ground. We're just gonna take our right leg, scoot the right leg back. Doesn't have to go super far. Press down into both the legs. We're gonna gently slide forward, thinking of that left sit bone going back behind you. Just going until you feel a little bit of a pull. Both legs coming together, front and back and side to side. And then we'll press into the feet, pull yourself, come back up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, pull back up. For 3, 2, gentle breaths in and out. Last 1. Now holding down here, you're just gonna lift the tailbone a little. I won't move a whole lot and that's okay. And we're gonna exhale, little tuck. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck. Good for 3, 2, last 1. Press into your feet, pull yourself, come all the way back up. Now we're gonna turn the feet to face the other side. Same thing, pull the right hip back, left hip forward, think of the legs coming together, front and back and side to side. Spreading those toes, we're gonna hinge forward, stopping when you're like, okay, that's a good pull. Keeping the spine nice and flat. And then exhale, press into the feet, pull back up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, come back up. Three, 2, last 1. Holding at the bottom, now we're gonna lift the tailbone and then exhale, a little tuck. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck for 3, 2, last 1. Pull yourself, come back up. Just stepping those feet back together. Checking in with everything. So we worked on our rib cage, we worked on our hips and our pelvis, trying to connect with the feet and spreading those toes. Big connection between feet and our pelvic floor all the way up to our jaw. So continue to keep coming back to that breath. See if any one of these particular exercises were helpful. You can kind of sprinkle those in throughout your day. Let's take a nice big cleansing breath in. Lift those arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down towards heart center, thanking your body for your practice today. If you found this class helpful, you might really enjoy this class. And we also have lots of resources for you down below in the description.